if we talk about the neurodiversity, first of all, it's understanding that I'm very black and white and I need routine in what I do. And if it's not a routine I can stick to, which again is the same for most athletes, but I quite like repetition within that routine, I find it doesn't really work for me. On the other hand, I have to be really sensitive to that ADHD side of me that always wants more and always wants to push harder and go bigger, and be really aware that I can't always do that. I'm one of these that I kind of set big goals and go, yep, I can do that. I'll say yes to everything and do everything. Not quite the case. I'm kind of learning as I get a little bit older to be a bit more conscious of my time and my effort and where I put that energy. So that's kind of the neurodiverse side of things, if you like. The epilepsy. So the epilepsy and the IIH kind of tie together in terms of they're both neurological conditions. And so what that means is it affects my peripheral and central nervous system. Problem with that is that affects absolutely everything that your body does. It's really hard to explain that to people, from, you know, sleep to digestion to my cognitive function. It can be really up and down on a daily basis. So you mentioned that I train in the evening. The reason I train in the evening is because my seizures are nocturnal seizures, and so I have my seizures either during my sleep or early hours of the morning. So when I wake up, my circadian rhythm is really off, and it takes me a few hours to mentally be able to get going. But that also means it takes me a few hours as well for like cortisol and stuff to drop, which normal people, when they wake up, it's because their cortisol has dropped and it's because the circadian rhythm is ready to wake up. Mine isn't. My body would quite comfortably do 12 hours of sleep a day or sleep until lunchtime every day if it could. So I have to wait for my body to wake up. I have to wait for my heart rate to drop, because I wake up, rather than waking up with a low heart rate, I wake up with an elevated heart rate because my cortisol levels are so high
Yeah.
after the seizures. So I almost have to let my body recover. I try to explain to people a seizure is a little bit like a really intense workout. All of my muscles, they tense up at once. Everything is firing. So when you're asleep and everything should be relaxed and recovering, and those muscles should be recovering and growing, mine are actually tensing and working out in my sleep. So I have to recover from that training session, if you like, and then go in the evening then.